Namaskaram. Raga Alapana. In order to understand this, one must know a little bit of theory. In my previous video, I talked about what an Alapana is. I touched briefly on Raga Lakshana and Lakshya. I also explained about the different parts to an Alapana. Continuing with it, today I'll be talking about the Raga Lakshana. Students of Carnatic music must understand that Carnatic music is clearly made up of two parts. One is the theory or the grammar aspect, and other is the presenting of the grammar. Both of them are very connected to each other. For a new student, a new entrant to Manodharma, definitely doubts crop up as to how and where they are going to start doing their Alapana. Now that is where they have to go and check the theory part first. I have tried my level best to put this in a very simple language in this two-part series. Do please watch it carefully and try and understand and grasp and become aware of how you start about going through Manodharma. Before I actually go into the topic of Raga Lakshana, I would like to talk about the characteristic of the 12 notes that are placed in the octave of the instrument. The 12 notes, as you all know, are the Shadjama, the two variations of Rishabham, that is the Suddha Rishabham and Chatushruti Rishabham, the Sadharana Gandharam and the Andhara Gandharam, Suddha Madhyamam, Pratimadhyamam, Panchamam, the Suddha Daivatam and Chatushruti Daivatam, Kaisiki Nishadam and Kakali Nishadam. You might be wondering why this explanation is even required. You have to understand that ragas are made up of unique set of notes. So the individual notes therefore carry a lot of weightage, and then the combination, of course, is what is going to be used in doing your kritis or your sangatis or other improvisations. So individual notes also form an important part of the understanding of the theory of Raga Lakshana. I can give a good example for this. Imagine there is a family in your neighborhood, and when somebody asks you about the family, first you say, oh, that family is a very, very kind and nice family. So that is a general description of the family. The neighbors, of course, would know the individual members of the family as well. Oh, the son plays the guitar really well. The daughter is a very sweet girl, and she's a big orator. The mother is a fantastic writer and a great cook. The father is a very helpful man, a very successful and helpful man. These are the individual characters of the family members. But when you ask about the family, there is a general description for the family, helpful and very kind family. So that is what it is. A raga is a combination of individual components, individual notes, each one of them having a characteristic. So that is where I'm connecting this point that I'm making, that you know the individual characteristics of each of these 12 notes that are placed on your octave. So when you take the Madhyama Sthai or the middle octave is what I'm going to talk about. There are 12 notes on the instrument. 16 notes is what Carnatic music talks, but I'm talking only about the 12 notes that are placed on the instrument, the chromatic scale. So Sa and Pa form the rooting notes. The Adhara Shadja, it's called, the Shadjam, the Sa itself is called the Adhara Shadja, the pitching note. And Pa is a rooting note placed in the middle of the octave. It acts as a root, it as a bridge for other notes to pass through it. So we don't assign any characteristic or emotion to these two notes. Let's go with the Suddha Rishabham. As I play it, you can see it is made up of strength. Suddha Rishabham in any raga, whether it be Maya Madadole, Padvarali, Saurashtram, Saveri. In Saveri and Saurashtram, the Re goes into Sa itself, Re, Sa. So it denotes a lot of strength. So whenever in a raga you get that Re, remember, it is a note of strength. I must bring the strength out from that note. Then you have the Chatushruti Rishabham. Both Chatushruti Rishabham and Chatushruti Daivatam are gentle, melodic, pure melodic notes. They are pure melodies. So they require an oscillation to bring out their beauty out, bring out their gentle melody out. There are many ragas have it, Shankarabharanam, Kalyani, Mohanam, Hamsadvani, Karahara Priya, all of them have it. Individually, when you play them, they are pure melodic, gentle notes which require an oscillation like this. Then you go to the Sadharana Gandharam and the Kaishiki Nishadam. Ga 2 and Ni 2, both of them are deep melodic notes, and both of them are dependent notes. Many a times, unlike in a few ragas like Hindolam or Suddha Danyasi, where they are independently very strong notes, many a times they depend on the notes that are either coming before them or after them, which happens to be a Re and a Ma. But they are very beautiful, deep melodic notes. Then you go to the Gandharam, the Antara Gandharam, versatile note, can display an array of emotions. When you have an Antara Gandharam in a raga, the raga gains a lot of strength. The Antara Gandharam is able to take quite a few emotions through it. That's why I call it a versatile note. It can connect to other notes. By itself, it can stand strong. So that is the versatility of the Antara Gandharam. You go to the Suddha Madhyamam, again a versatile note, versatile in a different way. It's a gentle note. Like in Madhyamavati. You see, it acts as a bridge also between the notes. And this is also somewhere coming closer to the middle of an octave. Acts as a bridge between notes, a gentle bridge it is. It kind of reduces the harshness that maybe some other notes are bringing towards it. That is Suddha Madhyamam for you. Prati Madhyamam, what can I talk about Prati Madhyamam? The heavy melody that it can create. So, handling of Prati Madhyamam is extremely important. When I say handling, the gamakas that come out from Prati Madhyamam should reflect the kind of thoughtful melody that it brings out, a very devotional melody that can come out of Prati Madhyamam. Students must understand that when you are handling a Prati Madhyama raga and when you are doing the Madhyama portion of it, be clear that you must bring out the devotional. It has got a lot of divine aspect to it. Try and bring it out. Then, of course, the Panchamam is a rooting note. I've talked about the Suddha Daivatam being similar to the Suddha Rishabam, strong note, bring out its strength. Then you have the Chatushruti Daivatam like the Chatushruti Rishabam, once again a very pure melodic note. The Kaisiki Nishadam like the Sadharana Gandharam, again heavy melody, dependent on the notes previously, quite a few ragas. Finally, the Kakali Nishadam, I personally call it a divine note. Divine for the reason being that it is able to, the emotions that the other notes bring, by the time they go into the Kakali Nishadam is able to double up its effect to a level that it becomes divine. So the way you handle Kakali Nishadam will make your raga sound 10 times, 10 folds more beautiful. So knowing the individual characteristics therefore of all of these notes is very important before you go even into the talking about the raga, the combination, the unique set of notes or the grouping of notes. So now I am actually entering into what a raga lakshana is. Raga lakshana means the composition of unique set of notes which can be made into musical phrases or prayogas that identify the characteristics of that raga and which are played in a particular manner, the interplay with the between the notes, which is called gamakas. So you have the unique set of notes, you have the musical phrases that can be made from the unique set of notes, and there is the gamaka where there is the interplay or how you mix these notes in a particular way to bring out the feel from the raga. So let us individually go and look at these three aspects. The first I said is the unique set of notes. Now, if it is a Janya raga, then it has come from a parent raga. You have to go and visit the parent raga and see what is the makeup of the parent raga. What are the notes that the Janya Raga has dropped out from the parent Raga, and so on and so forth. If it is the Menakarta Raga itself, then you have, it's a Sampurna Raga, you have all the 7 notes. You can look at the independent characteristics of the 7 notes and then look at the prayogas that you can make from it, and how the mingling of these prayogas happen in order to bring out the beauty of the raga. Now let us understand this with an example. I am going to take Mohanam, a simple raga which everybody will be able to understand. Mohanam is the first thing that has to come into mind, that has to be looked at, is it is a Janya raga. It is a Janyam of the 28th Melakarta Hari Kambodi. Now, some texts also say that Shankarabharanam, it is a Janyam of Shankarabharanam. So let us keep 28 and 29 as the parent ragas of 28 or 29 as the parent raga of Mohana. Now, what is the parent raga? Hari Kambodi. Sa, Ritu, Chatushruti, Rishabham. Then the Antara Gandharam, Suddha Madhyamam, Panchamam, Chatushruti Daivatam, Kaisiki Nishadam, Shanjamam. Now, Mohanam is a Varja Ragam. It has dropped out 2 notes from the parent raga. The 2 notes are Ma and Ni. Suddha Madhyamam and Kaisiki Nishadam have been dropped out from Hari Kambodi to give a raga which is Mohanam, and which has got 5 notes going up and 5 notes coming down. The 5 notes arranged in the ascending order is called the Arohanam. Notes coming in the descending order is called the Avarohanam. So the 5 notes therefore will be Sa, Chatushruti Rishabham or Ritu, Ga, which is Antara Gandharam or Gatri, Ma, Chatushruti Daivatam, and those are the 5 notes. So 5 notes going up and 5 notes coming down is a Audava Ragam. It is called Audava Ragam. And then it is also a Upanga Ragam. You have to note all of this, Upanga Ragam means the notes that are arranged in the ascending and descending order are going in an order. In the order of frequency increase, in the order of frequency decrease when it is coming in the Avarohana. This has to be noticed because you have Bhashanga Ragas, you have Vakra Ragas where notes are jumbled in the Arohanam, Avarohanam itself. All of these give the uniqueness to the raga. So Mohanam is a Upanga Audava Raga. Once you have seen that, you will also have to now look at the important notes of Mohanam, which forms the Jiva Swaras. This is called Jiva Swaras or Swaras that give life to that ragam. How do you understand that these notes will be Jiva Swaras? So then you will have to go looking about for the compositions that are made in Mohanam. For students who are beginners now, you know the Varaveena of the Geetam, you know the Ninnukori of the Varnam, then there is Nanupa Limpa, Yavarura Ninnuveena. So these are some compositions you can go and visit, listen to, and then you'll realize that there are some swaras which frequently start the Kirtane or a Sangati or a musical phrase. Those particular swaras then form the Jiva Swaras of that raga. In this case, Ri, Ritu, the Gandharam, which is the Ga3 of the Antara Gandharam, and Daivatam, which is the Chatushruti Daivatam, all 3 of them are Jiva Swaras of Mohanam. So when you're making your musical phrases, you can make notes which start from these swaras. So that will make the presentation of Mohanam very authentic. You're bringing out the real characteristic of the ragam out. So this understanding is again very important. Then like I said, go into the compositions. Visit the compositions to listen to, understand what are the common phrases, common prayogas that are coming out from these compositions. That will also give a very good idea about the notes and their importance in this raga. Now this is all about notes for you. We next go into the second aspect of understanding about alapana. The theory of alapana is musical phrases or prayogas. Now what are musical phrases? Again, I am going to use an example to tell you what musical phrases are. Say suppose you are learning a language. Where do you start? You start with the alphabets. And in this case, the alphabets are your notes. So you first look at the independent notes, which is equal to looking at the alphabets of a language. Then what do? You start making words with that alphabets that you have learnt. some small words. First you'll make small words, two note words, at, at, so, so, and so on. Then you make it three note words, four note words, go into more complicated words. Once you understand that, then you go into the understanding of how you make sentences with these words, how you're going to join these notes to make sentences, and for that you need some grammar also. So then you put these into a sentences that you will be able to understand, that will be able to convey some meaning in that language. And finally, what will you do once you are very good at making sentences? Then you gain the confidence to be able to write big stories, essays, narratives, and so on. Then sky is the limit. Once you have learned the art of making strong, robust sentences, what is stopping you from becoming very good in that language? What is stopping you? So, do you understand that connection that I'm trying to give you as far as musical phrases are concerned? So, now you have seen that Mohanam is made up of 5 notes in the Arohanam, 5 notes in the Avarohanam, same notes. There is no change, there is no jump, there is no vakram about it. It doesn't go in a jumbled manner. It's going in a very clean Upanga type. That's when it goes in a clean order of frequency. It's called Upanga, like I mentioned earlier. So you already have that knowledge. Now put that knowledge into place to make prayogas or musical phrases. Now already when we talked about the notes, we said that Re, Ga and the Jivaswaras. So let's now try to make some musical phrases using the Jivaswaras itself, from whatever knowledge we got from understanding the notes of Mohanam. We are going to do some few phrases which are equal to words in a language. So I am going to say Re ga re ga ga. Re ga. 2 notes I've taken re and ga. First I said re ga. Again I am repeating re ga with a janda varisai. The janda varisai is like an embellishment on top of the gandhar. Janda varisai, pauses. These are all added to these musical phrases to make them more beautiful, to make them flow, to make these musical phrases flow in a beautiful manner. Give the characteristic of the ragam. Bring out the feeling that the emotion that the ragam is trying to convey. So, again, going back to making the musical phrase. This is the first word I am making just using 2 alphabets, 2 notes, re and ga. Now, moving further, I am going to use ga. Ga pa da pa ga ri. I am getting a little bolder now, using 3 more notes. Ga pa da pa ga ri. I went in the Arohanam 3 notes, came down in the Avarohanam 3 notes. So ga pa da is one word, pa ga ri is another word. Then I want to move further up. So what I say? Another word, ga ri ga. With a janda varisai, pa pa. See, small phrases that are being made and slowly combining with each other. Equal to, remember, how you learn a language. Now I want to use the other strong note, da. I'm making it as simple as possible. None of these phrases are complicated. These are phrases that you have come across frequently in your varnams. Da pa, da sa, da pa going down, da sa going up. With the as the common in between note, I've always called it a junction phrase. So let me bring all of this, put all of this together so that you will see what the sentence is like. Putting small words together, in this case putting small phrases equivalent to words, and then making them into a chain, making Mohanam flow. I hope you really got the idea. just catch the idea behind it. There was nothing great that I did about these the small phrases and the chaining of them. Just simple understanding, simple phrases, simple understanding. Right? This is where the starting point is. So, for those of you who are struggling and not knowing where you start, this is how you start. Understand the notes, put them together to make small words or small phrases, and then chain them along. Now, once you have done this, you might become a master of making musical phrases now. Oh, I am able to make one phrase, two phrases, 3, 10, 20 complicated phrases, and I'm able to chain them together. But all of this will fall flat if you don't know the aspect of how these notes are going to interact with each other. And that aspect is called gamakam. Very unique to the Indian classical music system, gamakams are the ones which bring out the feel of the raga, bring out the feel of the lyrics in songs. Without gamakam, all your notes will just go flat. Imagine if I play what I showed you just now, like this. Did you make any sense out of what I played just now? They were just playing metallic sounds of the frequencies that were there in the musical phrases. Is this the way that an alapana can be carried across? Is this the way that a ragam can be represented? A big no. So the interaction between these notes requires pushes, pulls, oscillations, mixing of frequencies, and a lot of these embellishments and ornamentations, which we call gamakas. So let's go again, make a few more other phrases and see how interaction between these notes happen. Now in Mohanam especially, if you see, lot of intermingling of frequencies are required. Now this is called Kampita Gamaka, and for the instrument itself, for Veena artists, you must understand, mixing of frequencies brings out the real vocal nature of your alapana. Now how do you do that? So if you take for example Mohanam, Rishabham in Mohanam most of the time comes from Gandhara. So it's like this. If you look at it, it doesn't make any sense. Re is like this, right? But I am trying to say, this is Re. Now, how do you make sense of this when I hear Gandharam more than the Rishabham? But that is Gamakam for you. It is a slide and a mixing of the frequency of Gandharam to Rishabham that is bringing out the uniqueness of the Rishabham in Mohanam. Did you understand that? So the next time when you're playing, start thinking in terms of how much more beautiful a note or a musical phrase will be if it is brought out from somewhere else. Gada pada. The Dhaivatam was pushed into the Panchamam. It is taking the flavor of Panchamam with it and it has been pushed from Gandharam. Imagine Gada pada. The Dhaivatam therefore got the frequency of Gandharam and Panchamam as well. And it is being pushed in Panchamam itself. It is not in its own place also. But it still brings out the beauty of the Dhaivatam. And through it, it brings out the characteristic of Mohanam. Then suppose you say, the Shadjamam played in Dha itself, totally pushed inside Dhaivatam, of course with the use of hand dynamics. Now that is a totally different story, how you do these techniques. But look at this. A push. This is another way you bring out the beauty or the characteristic of a raga. Again, re, push from da into sa, so it is a intermingling of the Dhaivatam, the Shadjamam and the Rishabham itself. So if you go into the last Chittaswaram of Mohana Varna, Just watch this. Sa took the frequency of Panchamam. Sa, if I played it plain. Now, as compared to that, the sa, the pas are taken in da itself. Using the octave difference, going into the second string, using that tonal texture of the second string to get that Shadjamam, the depth of the Shadjamam coming out. These are all part of Gamakams. Again, the split finger and getting the tonal aspects of a Jandavarisai. That is Gamakam for you. See, getting the Gandharam from Daivatam, look at the ethereal effect that it causes. Now pushing the Re into Shadjamam from Panchamam. Sannutanga can come. Ga is going from Rishabham to Panchamam and coming back. Three frequencies are mixed up there to give that ultimate Gandharam for you. So this is the Gamakam aspect. Well, I hope now students understand how the three grammatical aspect of the notes, the musical phrases and the Gamakas, when really well understood and put together, help you to make your Alapana. To make anything, whether it be Sangatis, Kalpanaswarams, for everything that happens as an improvisation in Carnatic music, go and refer to this part of the grammar. This is your Lakshana for you. And what is the Lakshya? That is you, the student or the musician who is presenting the improvisation, who is presenting the Alapana or the Kalpanaswara or the Niravals using this grammar, moving within this structure of grammar. Imagine when you're playing Mohanam, what kind of an aberration it will be if a Nishadam comes into the picture. Will that be Mohanam at all? No. So that is the boundary you're traveling within. That is the boundary that you have to take at this point in time to be able to create a beautiful weaving of prayogas, understanding the intermingling of the Gamaka aspect between these prayogas, and ultimately gaining that confidence to do your Manodharma. I hope this explanation has been simple enough for you to understand how Manodharma works, how Carnatic music itself operates. If you have any doubts, please write in my comment section and I'll be very happy to clear it. Thank you.